Security personnel wait Wednesday in front of the gate of the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Ozan AFP Getty Images, by Tamer El-Gabashi and Tamer El-Gabashi Baghdad Bureau Chief focusing on Iraq's politics, security and the fight against the Islamic State. Email bio follow Carol Morello national reporter focusing on foreign policy and State Department. Email bio follow October 21 at 1:08 p.m. Istanbul, Saudi Arabia's foreign minister denied on Sunday that the kingdom's crown prince and de facto ruler, Mohammed bin Salman, had any prior knowledge of an operation that resulted in the killing of Jamal Khashoggi and said that the agents involved weren't people closely tied to the crown prince. This was an operation that was a rogue operation, Adel Al-Jubair told Fox News. This was an operation where individuals ended up exceeding the authorities and responsibilities they had. They made a mistake when they killed Jamal Khashoggi. Even the senior leadership of our intelligence service was not aware of this, Jubair added, marking the first public comments by a senior Saudi official since early Saturday, when authorities in Riyadh announced they had arrested 18 people and fired 5 top officials in connection with the journalist's death. Jubair said Saudi Arabia does not know where Khashoggi's body is, and that officials have not listened to an audio tape Turkey claims proves Khashoggi's torture, killing and dismemberment. Jubair spoke shortly after Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said on Sunday he will soon be revealing details of his government's investigation into the killing of Khashoggi, a move that could directly contradict Saudi Arabia's official account of what happened inside its consulate in Istanbul. Erdogan said he would be explaining the episode in a very different way when his ruling party meets on Tuesday, adding to the already intense global pressure Saudi leadership has faced to provide a full picture of how Khashoggi was killed. We seek justice and this will be revealed in all its naked truth, not through some ordinary steps, but in all its naked truth, Erdogan said, according to the semi-official Anadolu news agency. The incident will be revealed entirely. Turkey and Saudi Arabia have been at odds over what happened inside the consulate ever since Khashoggi, a U.S.-based Washington Post contributing columnist and critic of the Saudi monarchy, disappeared there on October 2. Turkish authorities almost immediately concluded Khashoggi was deliberately targeted by a 15-man squad of Saudi agents who killed and dismembered him inside the diplomatic mission. The authorities said their conclusions are based on audio recordings from inside the consulate that provide a clear account of how Khashoggi was killed. Saudi Arabia denied any knowledge of his fate for 2 weeks. On Saturday, the kingdom changed course dramatically, announcing that a preliminary investigation found that Khashoggi was killed after a fistfight inside the consulate. Saudi prosecutors said 18 people had been arrested, and 5 top officials fired for their connection to the case. 2 of the dismissed officials were among Mohammed's closest advisors. Why did those 15 people come to Istanbul? Why were 18 people arrested in Saudi Arabia? Erdogan said Sunday. This should be explained in full detail. The arrests in Saudi Arabia did little to ease intense global pressure on Mohammed, whose self-styled image as a modernizing reformer has been tarnished by Khashoggi's killing. The Saudi explanation has also been met with skepticism by European nations and U.S. lawmakers who have expressed concern that the Saudi investigation is solely designed to shield Mohammed from any culpability. President Trump initially said the Saudi explanation of Khashoggi's death was credible. But in an interview with the Post late Saturday, Trump conceded that there had been deception. Still, he defended Saudi Arabia as an incredible ally and expressed hope that Mohammed was not involved. Erdogan's comments came after a spokesman for his party said Saturday that Turkey would not allow a cover-up of Khashoggi's death. Taken together, it suggests Turkey's president is seeking to increase his leverage over the Saudis and the Trump administration, which has tried to protect its Saudi allies. Seeking to contain the international fallout, which has included calls for a transparent independent investigation, and a host of nations and corporations pulling their participation in a high-profile investment conference in Saudi Arabia this week, Jubair said the shifting Saudi account of what happened was a result of a cover-up by the arrested agents. They told us that he left the consulate, Jubair said. They came back to Saudi Arabia. They filed a report to that effect. A public prosecutor launched his investigation after discrepancies between the agent's report and the reports coming out of Turkey, which Jubair said revealed that the team had falsified its report. The individuals who did this took this outside the scope of their authority. Obviously, it was a tremendous mistake made. And what compounded the mistake was their attempt to cover up. Jubair added, "This is an aberration, this is a mistake, this is a criminal act, and those responsible for it will be punished." Morello reported from Washington. Read more. There's been lies. Trump strongly critical of Saudi account of journalist's death and death. Saudi writers' mild calls for reform grew into a defiant shout amid Khashoggi uproar. Saudis rally around their prince. Today's coverage from Post correspondents around the world like Washington Post World on Facebook and stay updated on foreign news.